Okay.
Start with your rap name.
Oh, my name is Sugg Savage.
How did it come about?
It came from an addiction to sugar. And Savage just comes from always just not being afraid to be myself. When I was in middle school, I was like a kind of goth kid.
Really?
Type. Yeah.
Is that when the piercings came about?
I mean, the urge for them started in middle school, but those came in high school. I remember all my friends' parents used to think I was like wild because I had piercings, and I definitely went to Catholic school, so.
So you had the piercings in Catholic school?
I had my nose. It started with my nose ring in school, and I used to have to hide from the principal all the time and like pop it out or like duck like that because we weren't supposed to have them. So. Yeah, I those were some crazy days. I hated everything, and I hated Catholic school, and I was mad at my parents. So I was like a rebel, rebellious. So yeah, Sugg, addiction to sugar. Savage, rebellious, teenage, goth person.
So what did you used to listen to when you were younger?
A lot. Like I would say, let's think of bands that I had posters of. Green Day and Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses. I went through like this huge phase where I was like obsessed with like 80s hair bands and like metal and like the Harmonies, Iron Maiden and stuff like that. And then I went through another phase where I think it really started with like old rock, like Led Zeppelin and like the Beatles, of course, and bands like that. And then it graduated to like Green Day and Weezer and like 80s hair band and Fall Out Boy.
I was waiting for you to say Fall Out Boy. I swear I was.
Yeah, like too many bands to even say who's my favorite. But I would say Green Day is probably the most influential band. I've been trying to lie to myself for years and say that wasn't the case, but it's totally the case. It's Green Day.
Why?
I can't even begin to tell you. I really think it all comes from just like what I was going through when I started listening to Green Day. I feel like I'm a very emotional listener. Like the bands or the music that affects me the most, like Frank Ocean, it all depends on what's going on in my life. And when I started listening to a lot of Green Day was when like my family situation was messed up. I didn't get along with my dad. I was going to like Catholic school. I hated everything. So I just would listen to a lot of Green Day and I would play my guitar and it would just make me feel good. I'd be like, somebody understands me, yeah.
On a Friday we shook hands and I went my way. He followed and was of me 5 ways. Asterisk I thought he wasn't a regular guy. Thought he wasn't a regular guy.
The big rock influence, how did you end up rapping?
Girl, I have no idea. I really don't know. And I think I like talking about it because it makes me start thinking about it, because on my own I'll never think about it. I really think rap and rock go almost hand in hand, because with rock, especially like metal and like punk rock and that whole like emo expressive rock thing, it's just a way to kind of express yourself, you know, like you get up there and you say whatever you want to say, like you say how you feel, you got an attitude, like the whole attitude reminds me of rap. I don't know how I started rapping. I do know who made me want to start rapping, because before them I didn't really listen to rap, but I listened to Tribe Called Quest because I got a 50% off CD from Best Buy like in 2009, and at that time I was in jazz band at school, so during that year I was kind of like venturing away from as much rock. Like I started listening to more go-go because I was like, okay, being emo isn't working, so now I'm being ratchet and I'm listening to go-go. So I used to listen to a lot of go-go, and I used to go to all the go-go's and all that stuff when like my senior year of high school. And during that time I was in jazz band at school, because for music at my Catholic school there were only 2 options. You could either be in the choir, which was really boring, but I was in the choir for like the first 2 years, but it's really boring. You could either do that or be in jazz band. And I was like, I want to be in jazz band because it just sounds more badass.
Yeah.
So I joined jazz band. And that around that time is when I started discovering Tribe Called Quest. And I liked them because what turned me off about rap before that is I didn't really listen to that kind of, because like the popular rap at that time I feel like wasn't that poppin'. Like, but Tribe Called Quest, like they would infuse like jazz, which I was already listening to because I was in jazz band.
Yeah. They
They would infuse jazz and hip hop like with some super lyrical, like make you think, like how the fuck did they think about saying that type
vibes.
shit. Yeah. So that really made me start listening. And I guess after listening a lot, I just started rapping. Cause like I would always like do like fake freestyles in high school, but that wasn't like serious. It was just like we were the only black kids and we would just sit in a circle at school and be like, yeah, we gonna freestyle. Tribe Called Quest is definitely the reason I started rapping, but from there it was really kind of just fate. Cause me and Sloan didn't start off rapping at all. Like we started off with me playing my guitar and us singing together, and then one day we just rapped. And then people really liked it. And they were just like, you should keep doing that. And we were like, well, you know.
Representative of the 90s, catch me walking to your new jack. Y2C on your psyche. I see no evil speak, no legal spit, Knievel sentiments in my leisure. And no, I never go follow the leader. I'm a lone ranger, danger, major innovator, savior, saber slash. Obi-Wan Sabo before your punk ass.
Man, you a bitch.
No, I prefer lioness. I got the heart.
How did you meet her?
I met her in Catholic school.
Wow.
We were actually in that same choir that I was just talking about. We were actually in choir together.
Wow.
And we had an equal distaste for the whole environment.
Yeah.
And we complained together, and that's how we became friends. We just like, we fucking hate this school. Yeah, you too? All right, bet.
The name of Coco, how did that come about?
That actually came about from my mom because we couldn't think of any names. We were like, what are we gonna call ourselves? And my mom was like, how about a Coco? It means little noisemakers. And we were like, oh, bet. That sounds legit.
Yeah,
and
let's go with that one.
Yeah, no, for real, it just stuck. Like, no other name stuck. That one just like, it was like, ah.
Coco with the hippo with the coco.
True. Well, I got you crazy right here. So the million, the motherfucking kind of the year. Audio tag attack is stepping you right in your ear. Come for tall, I'm just raw, baby, pull up a chair. Here, go in up on the track, then ain't nothing to hear. Go ahead and put another motherfucking blood in the air. Burn one for all these rappers, about to lose their careers. And another for the fact that we the baddest thing here. Hit you with that new school voodoo. You Medulla oblongata. You know I flow with that shrew juice. The new guru of red mantra. Check the roster from down VA to Anacostia. PG, Uptown, Howard Foster. Track Salsa, Monster Roster. Check, and I don't mean the flows, but shit.
I'm much happier now, like legitimately happier. Like I found God, and yeah,
Same.
and then I think it all pretty much can be summed up by that. Like that's just a joy and a peace that's just in me now, and it's like no matter what happens, even now is a cruddy situation, but it's just like it's different because it's just like, I don't know, like I'm still happy, like I just have a peace in me, and I just want to express that in my music and like let other people feel that as well.
You're all mine, mine, mine. All my mind. You're all mine, mine, mine. Don't jump in the line.
How did you find God?
That is a very long story. It's long story short, just okay, remember how I was already expressing to you how I was going through that period of just being super upset? It like reached this just peak like a volcano and exploded pretty much. Yeah, after Cataracts was released, I went to California. Sloan was supposed to come with me to California. She didn't come with me. I was really upset. I was like, my best friend's not here. I'm not with my dad anymore. I left all my friends and everything. So this all really, really sucks. So I just reached like this super like exploding volcano peak of depression. And it's crazy because you would think from that peak of depression, it would just be downhill from there. No, like it was the complete opposite. Like I was literally on the ground in my room and I was saying, I'm not about to pray about this because what am I going to pray for? Like what's really going to happen if I get on the ground and I start praying? But I started praying and it's just like everything kind of like stopped. It was like everything just stopped and everything was cool, and I felt like this peace, and I just sat on my bed and I sat there like all night. I didn't even go to sleep. And then the sun came up in the morning, and this is gonna sound super corny, but it was like the brightest sunshine that I've ever seen in my life. Most like genuine peace that I've ever felt in my life. And then I literally got up the next day, I started writing, and it was just, it's been a different era ever since, and that was like 2 years ago.
What song do you feel like really took Akoko to the next level? Like when people really started to notice y'all from?
Probably the Apocalypse.
Yes.
Yep.
Probably my favorite song.
I got the Donnie Darko flow, Darko no, black dream yes, no instas. Brother man I fuck you, melancholy porta party, let me live and tuck you. I am the sugar, savvy barracuda with the cool strap, doing poodle cuts with the string plucks and a roof up, and my soul down, mindset brown, eyes jet brown. Life on doodle.
I remember that whole situation, which was crazy because we actually started working on that a little after Chris passed away. Because initially we wanted to work with the both of them because that's when we like first really kind of got into the scene, and we felt like lame. We felt like lames because they were all cool and they would have like their parties and stuff and be like, man, we're not cool. So, but we never like got up like the guts to just be like, hey guys, let's work on some music together.
Right.
And it sucks that it took that, because after he passed away, that's actually when we like started hitting up EU, because we were just, I mean, of course, giving condolences and everything because it was just terrible, but like that's when we started working on music together.
Real nigga, I'm Brad Pittin'. Darren Williams with the past position. I'm a mad nigga that's mad gifted. Grandmother got that cash mission on 51st DC. Don't try shit cause my cousin strapped. He bound to clap with a boundary at. Right in front of that laundry mat to carry out. I order up a bad bitch and a steak and cheese. Great weed, escape the dreams. Do you believe in make believe?
Lit here in Maryland.
Super lit, man. It feels so good to be home. Like home is so different. It's such a different place. Just like the realness and the rawness and just like the soul of home is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I play our music for people in California and they just never know like what to peg it as. They're like, what is this? Like,
Really?
they're just like, I can't describe it, but you all have like this sound. And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to be corny, but I feel like that sound is just realness and soul. Like soul and realness. Like no matter what type of artist you could be out here, you could be a trap artist, but there's like such soul to it. Like there's such like a body and realness to it that doesn't happen other places, especially not on the West Coast. I hate, like, I always think about the bigger pictures. Like I'm like, in a small sense, like women need to get together, black people need to get together, the freaking world needs to just get together. There's so much power in unity, and I get it. Like that's why it's so hard to get. Nobody wants like everyone to really get together and work together, because everyone knows that if black people, like if everyone really got together and worked together, that would be like some serious, like powerful shit.
But we really could change the world.
No, like real life.
Moving the place from the back to the front, let the process move. Okay. Moving the place from the back to the front, let it move. Okay. Moving the place from the back to the front, gotta let it move. Gotta move in the place from the back.